Hello everyone and welcome to another stream here in MTGO. Today is a very special day where we are doing the modern tier list for the month of February. So we're gonna go into some data, and these are the win rates of the decks for the last 30 days. So we are seeing clear decks, and no one is gonna be surprised if I put Boros Energy as the best deck again. This is always Boros Energy being the best deck. Probably follow it by Affinity, still with a good matchup. Not very good against Boros Energy, but still very decent against the rest. Affinity, Storm, and Eldrazi Tron seems like the best card. Eldrazi Ramp is also back, and Esperphilia. So probably being Ruby Storm the second best deck. It beats on Boros, so that's a way of understanding it. And here is Eldrazi Ramp, Overlord of the Balamork Philia, and what was the other deck? Tron Ramp, Ruby Storm, and they're not playing anymore. So probably those are the 4 best decks in the meta game. Affinity beats all the non-Boros decks, while those, the Eldrazi Ramp and Ruby Storm, beat on the Boros Energy. Then we have Eldrazi Tron and Esperphilia as good decks, just average goods. And then I guess it's Domain Yawgmoth, and where's the ley line here? So Yawgmoth coming back from its sleep because of cards like Battleboard Cup and what's the other? And the Speaker, the new card from Lorwyn. So decks are not good. I mean, Amulet Titan is still a great deck, but for some reason it's a bit down on popularity, while I guess it's one of the decks that's gonna get banned next week if they ban cards out of Modern. So existing decks that are not very good are Izzet Prowess, Amulet Titan, Jeskai Control. Amulet Titan not being in tier A or B seems so weird. So tier C, Jeskai Control. We are gonna put Supreme Verdict here, and Prowess. Yeah, Prowess is a very bad deck. I don't understand why people play it. That's probably the tier C decks. And then from play and win rate, the rest of the decks are at not very good, in very good position. Where is the Grixis Reanimator? We have Esper Reanimator. Tameshi Belcher has also a very good. Belcher has a very good win rate. Doesn't beat some of the good decks, but yeah, Belcher might be a secret good choice. And then other existing decks. So decks that are there, but not like super great. Living End is also back with the new Elementals. The new Elementals are very strong in that kind of deck. Gorgios, Archon's Reanimator. Neoform, what's the win rate of Neoform? Neoform being also, yeah. We're back to the format where the very fast combo decks prey on the Boros Energy trying to be a deck, but still Boros Energy has a decent matchup against most of the things. Like, worst case, you are on la 43, maybe 33 against Jeskai Blink. That's still a very positive matchup. So Jeskai Blink, Simic Ritual. Yeah, Simic Ritual, if Boros Energy is one of the top decks of the metagame, that means that you are not winning. I played at the last RC Simic Ritual, and the thing was that Jeskai Blink was up while Boros Energy was down, but Boros Energy was a very hard matchup. Solus Control, Belcher, Jeskai Blink. Jeskai Control, Jeskai Control has to be the Jeskai Blink deck. Okay, so Demir Frog, Hollow One. So I guess all the other decks are probably not existing right now. There have been a small uptick of the Frog decks, but I think that the Dimir Control decks or Esper Control decks are so bad. And not in the shell of Esper Blinks, but in the shell of Esper Control, like actual Factor Contest spell. They're also playing Washington and stuff like that. So I guess if this will be it. I will leave the meta game like this, having Boros Energy in the top deck, followed by Affinity Ruby Storm and Eldrazi Ramp, then Eldrazi Tron, Esper Blink, Neoform Belcher to prey on them. Su is always on a tough spot because it's good, but never that good. And then Yakmoth coming back. But this is a hard deck to play on paper. I think this deck has a lot of chances to get draws on paper because the deck has a lot of moving pieces, but physical moving pieces, like mechanically hard to play, like Amulet. So it's easy to see Amulet or Yakmoth on the draw bracket. Then Jeskai Control, Jeskai Blink, Prowess. Prowess being probably a very bad deck. I will probably put Prowess here because I don't think it's a playable deck. Apart from I want to play Lightning Bolt and kill my opponent. And for the rest, I guess this is it. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, like always, like and subscribe. And comment if you think there's something wrong or that will be changed. Also, comment what you think is going to happen in the next Monday banned and restricted announcement. So they say they will probably touch Amulet, but we don't know.